Hey everyone, welcome back to another explainer. Today we're diving into something seriously cool for all you 8th graders out there. We're going to explore a truly fascinating topic that seamlessly blends the absolute unchanging rules of algebra with the deep, spiritual consistency of our faith. We're talking about parallel paths, and we're going to see exactly how numbers and graphs can actually teach us something profound about how we live our daily lives.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to cover the big idea, the spiritual connection, steps to parallel lines, let's practice together, your homework challenge, and we'll wrap it all up with education with morality. Let's get right to it.
Section 1. The big idea. Consistency in direction. So, what actually makes two lines parallel on a graph? It's simple, really. They have to share the exact same slope. In algebra, your slope is your rate of change. It's the steepness and the actual direction your line is traveling. If two lines share that identical slope, they are heading in the exact same direction, and they'll never ever cross or crash into one another. They are perfectly consistent. The only thing that changes is the y-intercept, which is just your starting point on the y-axis. Different starts, but the exact same journey.
And this isn't just stuff that lives in a math textbook. Engineers, architects, and scientists use this literal exact math to build efficient, safe paths in the real world. Think about the lanes on a highway, the tracks of a railway, or the massive steel beams in a skyscraper. They absolutely must be parallel. Consistency in direction creates order out of chaos.
Moving right along to Section 2, the spiritual connection, walking in unity. Math is this incredible language of truth, right? And what's wild is how often it mirrors higher spiritual truths. Just like parallel lines duplicate direction on a graph, the Apostle Paul tells us in 1 Corinthians 11:1 to duplicate a godly spiritual trajectory. He says, "Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ." He's basically asking us to align our path with his, simply because his path is aligned perfectly with Christ.
So essentially, our spiritual calling is to maintain that same slope as Christ. Just like a mathematical line needs the exact same slope to avoid veering off course, walking alongside Jesus in perfect unity requires us to match his direction. Look, we all have completely different starting points in life, different y-intercepts, if you will, but our trajectory, our slope, absolutely needs to be identical to his.
All right, Section 3, Steps to Parallel Lines, the blueprint.
So how do we actually build these mathematical paths? It boils down to 3 really simple, totally consistent steps. Think back to your slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Step 1, find the slope, the m, from your original line and keep it exactly the same. Step 2, take the new point you are given, your x and y coordinates, and just plug them right into the equation. And step 3, use some basic algebra to solve for b, which is your brand new starting point. That's the whole shebang.
Let's put this into action with Section 4. Let's practice together, building the path.
Grab your pencils, because we're going to build one together right now. Let's say your original line is y equals 2x plus 1, and you need to draw a parallel line that passes through the coordinates 4, 3. Step 1, grab that slope. Our slope is 2. Step 2, plug in our new coordinates. Our y is 3 and our x is 4, so we set it up. 3 equals 2 times 4 plus b. Now step 3, we solve. 2 times 4 is 8, so 3 equals 8 plus b. Subtract 8 from both sides, and boom, 3 minus 8 gives us a negative 5. So b equals negative 5. Put it all together for our final equation, and we get y equals 2x minus 5. See, we kept that identical slope of 2, but we found our brand new intercept.
And what's so cool is how this consistency works no matter what kind of numbers you throw at it. If your slope is a negative 3 and we plug in the point 1, 4, you do the exact same math and your new equation is y equals negative 3x plus 7. Got a fraction like 1/2? Plug in the point 0, 2 and the math reveals your new equation is y equals 1/2 x plus 2. Or what about a positive slope of 4 with the point 2, 5? It leads us straight to y equals 4x minus 3. It literally doesn't matter if the slope is negative, a fraction, or a whole number. The blueprint works exactly the same every single time. It never fails.
Okay, Section 5. Your homework challenge, independent application.
Now it's your turn to get your hands dirty. Practice is how we really lock this stuff in. I want you to go ahead and pause this explainer right here and write down these 5 equations and their accompanying points. Remember your 3 steps. Extract the slope, plug in your x and y, and solve for the new b. Take your time, be super precise, and remember, you are practicing the mathematical art of consistent direction. Finally, let's wrap up with Section 6, Education with Morality, the Ultimate Goal.
learning the math is awesome, but it's really just one piece of a much larger puzzle. This ties directly into the core philosophy of the Heroesmart Academy Godly Learners series. Being mathematically smart and knowing how to engineer complex systems, that's a huge gift. But pairing that giant brain of yours with a strong moral compass, that is what truly protects us in life. As the philosophy tells us, education without morality will hurt. We have to intertwine biblical morality with our education if we want to achieve true, lasting success.
It's all about keeping our focus locked on the right things. Romans chapter 8, verses 6 and 7 actually promises peace of mind to everyone who keeps their minds spiritual. When we anchor our minds in these spiritual truths and consistently walk parallel to Christ's teachings, when we wake up and intentionally match his slope every single day, we are promised real, genuine peace of mind.
So as you dive into your homework today, I want to leave you with a rather provocative question to chew on. What is the actual point to being incredibly smart and highly educated if we just continue to make bad choices that hurt ourselves and the people around us? Think about it. How are you going to use your education, your sharp mind, and your daily choices to build a parallel path that uplifts both you and your community? Keep that in mind as you solve those equations today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your slopes consistent, make good choices, and I'll catch you next time.